What is up, everybody? It's the Inhuman one here, and today we are trying to stream even though there are nationwide server outages just impacting everything around our area. So this morning was an absolute chore, but it seems to be that things are up and running, even though it's kind of like pocket areas that are completely just jacked up and just impacted severely. So we're gonna go as long as we can, but you know what? Ninjas don't need internet. So I do, of course, want to honor and make sure that I do stream every day this week. But yeah, it's gonna be weird because definitely having some strange issues with the internet. Nationwide server outages, which always is a kind of makes you uneasy, but who knows? I'm sure everything will be fine. Another thing I did want to mention is that this Thursday I do have an unmissable appointment. I've just been having some issues with some recurrent stuff, so I gotta get that checked out. So I'll be out of pocket Thursday. Oh my goodness gracious! I'll be out of pocket Thursday. Until I'm back inside the pocket, and then I'll stream. But yeah, I just can't stream immediately at 11 because my appointment's like at 10:30, I think. So it, you know how these appointments go. We were doing wooden sword only, but I've already done that before, so I think I'm gonna make it to where it's wooden weapons only, which gives me another weapon. I'm not gonna count the bow as wooden, even though it totally is, but lunar anyways. I'm gonna count the nunchucks though, and that way we can have two weapons. So I've already done a wooden sword only, but if you ever want to watch that, you certainly can. We're gonna purposely die here because I can't use a talisman on ninjas, so. At least I'll be able to use some ultimate technique and stuff. What's up, Walter? How are you? We are changing it from the wooden sword only run, which I've already done, to wooden weapons only, which gives me the nunchucks and the wooden sword, so. I could argue lunar as well, but I'm not going to. I do need to die, but we'll just warm up first. And now I'm already warming up myself, so. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to an appointment on Thursday that would normally be during stream time, but I cannot miss it because there's been some issues I've been having. I'm like, I gotta make sure I check that out. Health stuff. So as soon as I come back from that appointment, I will stream. And if it ends up being too late, then I'll stream like on Saturday to make it up to you guys. But gotta check on that, make sure everything's all good. If I recall correctly, we went through here and got our butts whooped. Yes we did. The nunchucks are just insane to use. I can't believe some of these animations from 20 years ago. They're so good. But now we can use the ultimate techniques and have a little bit more fun. I mean, you can't upgrade the nunchucks, and the wooden sword doesn't matter if you upgrade it until you upgrade it a million times to get the unlabored flawlessness, so. Why did that go away? Okay, something happened there. Remember, we can't win with this. Like, we have to die because we used our talisman, so. Thank you for the follow over on Kick, Nikki. You bot? I bet you're a bot. If you're not a bot, defend yourself. I have 100 followers on Kick and they're all fake. All of them. Are you the one real follower? I think less and less that Kick is not a streaming platform for gaming anyways, because it never has the games I'm playing ever. Like, if it's not like some mainstream popular game, it's just gonna not be on the list. So less and less of a gaming platform to me after what I've seen. Ow. Ow. But the nunchuck's gonna be great. I'm just glad I opened that up. Wooden sword only's, it's just so limited with the moves you do, and it gets kind of boring. It's hard and it's fun and it's challenging, but it's just like, we're gonna be jumping into Ninja Gaiden 4 tomorrow. Let's just kind of have some fun, shall we? Wooden weapons only. And you can't even upgrade these. Not these nunchucks anyways. So it's not like we're getting that much of an advantage, other than the fact that we get to use a different weapon. Trying to see about... Let's see. Huh. That's weird. The counter for the nunchucks, I've never even seen what's that kick. I thought that's what it was, but I was like, Interesting. I couldn't even change the thumbnail of the video because the internet's down, so I couldn't go to the website where I normally create thumbnails. So, I mean, there's just been so many weird issues. Nationwide server issues, and it's just, it's a weird thing. Always makes you uneasy when you have everything impacted. These guys are gonna get eaten by the red T-Rexes, and then we'll have some a better chance to defeat them. Especially now we have like a proper move set. The wooden sword has a move set, it's just incredibly limited. So, ow. Well, that works. That's because we had already used our talisman, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and press continue. I think that'll still set me back to the previous checkpoint. And I wonder, yep. Yeah, we're good. Ow, my back. Stop it, you crazies. Oof. This is normal difficulty, by the way. I just cannot wait to see what Ninja Gaiden 4 does to us tomorrow. And I've beaten this game on Master Ninja difficulty, and man, it's an absolute fest. Especially if you don't just skip through and you actually face off with all the enemies. There's tons of secrets as well that have like gauntlets where you're facing off with, you know, anywhere from 50 to 120 enemies, and on the higher difficulties you're facing off with the more powerful enemies, so it can get incredibly rough. Alright. Not bad. We've saved our talisman. We didn't die there. I don't want to actually use it until we get to Alma if I can help it, but we'll see. Thing is, you can't upgrade the nunchucks, but at the same time, at least I can use ultimate technique, which you cannot use on the wooden sword for some reason. I wish you could. Doesn't make a ton of sense to why you can't, in my opinion. Really, guys? About time. Okay, and then we'll have another little gauntlet of enemies. But we have like a whole proper like move set now, which is just really empowering. Being able to use the key and chain together some ultimate technique is going to be critical here. And you're going to see how much different, how much more smoothly we move through the levels as well. Oof, okay. They're still jerks, though. Don't get me wrong. Why don't I have any key, I wonder? What's happened there? What have I done? This is where the soldiers come in. And then we'll have the cutscene with the dinosaur coming in and killing everybody, the Red Fiend. Should be it, yep. Oof. Ah, okay, watch out there, buddy. He double dipped? How could you? How dare you? I could die here if I get bit, so. Oh, hey there. And you can get such massive combos. As you can tell, you look at the last stream, look at this stream, even with such a weak weapon, the fact that you can string together these combos, use key, which I didn't even do, it's just so much better. She gets knocked right off of that. You know what I could do? I need your other arm, brother. The fire wheels just don't last very long, that's for sure. Oh, really? 37 hit combo. As you can tell, like, even the health, like, I have way more health than I had last time. This time yesterday, not so good, huh? There you go. Beat it first try with the nunchucks, though, so much different, as you can tell. But anyways, we're going to be saving Rachel, and then we're going to be jumping into the kind of this temple or church type area, going underneath, finding some crazy things where they were essentially worshipping and kind of mixing with the fiends and interacting with the fiends in many different ways.
Something strange. So many of them.
And Ayana is going to come through. She's the one who's been sending us the messages. We met with her earlier in the prologue. And now she's going to give us a warning.
Running errands for Mirai again, I see.
The boldness of the fiends is the work of the Dark Dragon. It is a cursed blade, bestowing an unfathomable strength on those wicked enough to wield it. As we speak, its power.
Walter says, "Hey, Inhuman, I'm good, thank you. Hope you had a good weekend." Yeah, the weekend was great. Everything was really good. But it was a nice rainy weekend, so we got to stay in some. We went out as well. Got some really yummy like drinks, like boba tea and stuff like that that we had. No, it was really tasty.
Take care of Rachel.
But we did some work in the garden as well, and then
I've heard there's a hidden
cold front kind of came in, so it's a little cooler. And then now we have the issues with this like internet stuff going on. So internet was completely jacked up. A bunch of systems were down. Like nothing was working. Even the phones weren't working. And just a few minutes ago, things started to somewhat, get back into shape. But it's been since like maybe 4 or 5 a.m. that things have not been working. So
the Dark Dragon grows in power.
That there is no doubt, my excellency.
Then I have arrived just in time.
And this, of course, is
My excellency.
a mysterious, enigmatic figure that Gamov is working for. We don't know who it is.
The blade grows
Or do we?
faster than I had expected.
But yeah, pretty cool. Now we're jumping to the next chapter. I think we kicked some major butt there, but we don't have the Nimpo, so that's gonna kill our points. The Greater Ninja. Very good. So the monastery is where we're going to be going to next. And exploring some of these secret passages down below. But yeah, hopefully everything's good with you guys as well. Hopefully you're not being impacted by this internet stuff either. Okay, good. So the stream looks fine, which I'm really happy about, more than anything, because that way I can at least do my job. But yeah, I was a little concerned about that. And it's always kind of unnerving, you know, like if the internet for the entire country is being messed up, that's weird, you know? Makes you feel like you're being attacked. Makes you uneasy for sure, at least. Ah, you know what? I know I often talk about how much I love the windmill shuriken, and I do, but we're gonna use our normal shurikens because you can just run and do, like, the animations. I mean, I don't know how this is 20 years old. You can just run and it automatically aims and shoots for you, even behind you. It's very ninja-like, if you ask me. But yeah, things are going well. Staying alert. Let's see here. We can talk to the blacksmith. I don't think I'm gonna have all the scarabs. But we've given him 9. I might miss some. It's just been a long time since I've actually, you know, played this game. I'm not gonna actually buy anything. I'm just gonna save my cash for now. Got a free elixir. That's what I was gonna purchase anyway. So these are now new fiend enemies. These guys are kind of jerky. They can go underground as well, which is really their most annoying ability, to be honest. Just avoiding attack, delaying the inevitable. But this is where I think it's the armlet of celerity is going to come into play, because you can do a lot of kick attacks. So if you look there, I can do like multiple kicks at once, and that's going to just do massive damage. I don't believe on the normal difficulty that they're available purchase just yet, so I'll go back into Mariah's shop and see. So alright, let's double check here. Matthias says, ninjas indeed don't need internet. Hey Inhuman, the hours are counting down to the ninjas are unleashed. Oh, I cannot wait. I'm super excited about it. But also hoping that I don't have any issues with more, you know, or any other kind of, you know, internet stuff, because apparently, I guess it seems like you're fine too, Matthias, but there's been like internet issues that were impacting us. Phones weren't working. None of like the streaming services working. The internet just wasn't working. I couldn't change my thumbnail, so certain websites weren't working. I had to just use the same thumbnail from last time. Yeah, just weird stuff. Weird stuff. Yeah, I don't see... I can check to see if I have the armlet now, though. Let's see. Yeah, the armlet emblazoned with a picture of a horse that increases the damage done by kick and throw techniques. Heck yeah. I didn't mean to do that. That's okay. That is okay. A map. We need the map, naturally. Walter says, oh, okay, I think you were talking about how Amazon services went down this morning. I read it was a DNS issue and they fixed it for the most part. Oh, I'm not sure if it was just Amazon. I think Amazon is just somebody else that was also impacted, but it seems a lot more than that. I'm jumping right back in here. No! Because my phone wasn't working. My wife's phone wasn't working. I can't go to most websites. YouTube's one of the few websites that are working. That on my side, I couldn't change my thumbnail, for example. Just a lot of weird stuff. Oh, I'm super excited about Ninja Gaiden. I hope that there's like if the pre-order bonuses are still kicking if I buy it tomorrow because I cannot purchase it today. I get paid tomorrow, so I can purchase it tomorrow. But I hope that I don't lose out on any pre-order bonuses. That'd be super annoying. But yeah, it was more than just Amazon for sure. Because I mean, I couldn't even make phone calls. It's just weird whenever like your phone becomes a brick. Now these guys are no fun. But we are using nunchucks, so since I've already done a wooden sword only run, I figured why do the same exact run again? I'm using wooden weapons only. And that allows me to use the nunchucks, which you can't even upgrade anyway, so I just get a full move set and I can use ultimate technique, which is really all I care about. Not being able to use ultimate technique is so crippling, and it does make it a little dry. As like from a combo, you're only using the same 2 combos the entire run. So I didn't want to do that to myself, especially in preparation for tomorrow. Like I need to kind of get fancy with it, as they say. It must be because 3i Atlas is getting close to the sun. Damn, Anunnaki need to stay their asses on Nabaru and leave humanity alone. Exactly, those Anunnaki scumbags. Yeah, we need the aliens to like stay away. Fam says, what's up fam, how are you? Hopefully your part of the world isn't pending doom. Most things run through them, and it affected lots of other companies because they rely on Amazon Web Services. Oh wow, that's interesting. That is very interesting. That's good to know, Walter. But you see, I don't understand how these moguls can have monopolies on such services like this, you know? To me, it's very, very, like, broken. I don't know how or why they're able to get away with that stuff. I guess because if you have enough money, you can kind of do whatever you want, right? That's the name of the game. See, these guys are going to be a problem. Ugh, okay. On the higher difficulties, you actually face off with like a fiend version of yourself, and it is pretty awesome. I mean, whoever you're playing against, the AI is just insanely good. There's a few ways to cheese it, as with any kind of computer player AI opponent, but man, it's very, very good. That's very interesting, Walter. Thank you for sharing that. I did not know, but it doesn't make sense. I mean, you know, they got their hands in everything. I hate that. You can grab these blue books for some additional lore. Later on, there's going to be some books upstairs, and those books are going to give you a passcode to a safe, and you can actually loot the safe 3 times. And you'll see these increasingly frustrated journal entries. It's so funny because there's a lot of things going on, and the guy that's writing the journal is like saying, somebody keeps stealing my stuff, they'll never figure it out this time, and then you actually go in and steal it, so it's so funny. Alright. And we get the incendiary shurikens, which are some of the best weapons. We're going to need those to actually open up some pathways. And as I talked about earlier, there are kind of these gauntlets that you can complete where you'll be facing off with, you know, upward of 100 enemies, sometimes 120 enemies. And so what happens is, if I return to this room a little bit later, you're going to see I'll come across such a situation where I'm actually having to deal with these fools, you know, and face off with multiple enemies. So if you go here, you can see the wall's different, and you get another scarab. So just really cool little secrets and stuff like that. But this is where you'd use the incendiary shuriken. So we can go ahead and switch over to that. That's our projectile weapon of choice right now. And I don't. Okay, there you go. And then it's fine in your place. Well, good. That's one less thing to worry about, right? Ow. You a jerk. Okay, we don't. I can't use any X attacks right now because I'll accidentally open the door. Okay, dead. Another storm is about to hit my country again. Oh gosh. Well, I hope that you're safe. I know that it is definitely monsoon season out there and it is rough. So definitely got you in our mind, my friend. Stay safe. Okay, we need to drop down here now. There's a little bit of precarious platforming here that, because you're a ninja, you can easily just overdo it, you know, and kind of put yourself in a bind. But we're going to be going into this door in just a moment, but we need to grab a... I think there's another scarab over here, yep. And if you're cool, I don't know if I'm cool enough, but you can just go from here, actually, and just... Yeah, I'm not cool enough. You can make that jump if you don't suck. Now I gotta go back up. Certain, you know, depending on the area, certain enemies will respawn or otherwise, so there is a time for you to go back into this area and there'll be like an infinite spawn, it seems. But it's actually just a gauntlet where you have to face off with, depending on the difficulty, anywhere from like 50 to 120 enemies, so it gets rough. Incredibly rough. Alright, so now that we're kind of getting back into it, we got to get to the other side. Those darned Anunnakis. And then we're going to go here. Okay, or not. Or not. Or not, I said. Jeez. Grab all these elixirs that we're going to be... Elixirs, as Lumakio says. And now we can go this way. And now that more of you guys are here, I did want to mention and clarify that on Thursday I have an appointment. I'm having some issues, so I need to go to this appointment. So on Thursday, the appointment starts at like 10:30, but it shouldn't last too long. So as soon as I come back, I'll start the stream. But if for whatever reason it's just too late, then I'll make sure that I stream like on Saturday to make sure I hit. You know, obviously I honor the goal you guys met last week. So. Okay, it's the 27th day of the 12th month, so 2712, left, right, right, left. Okay, so you have to do left, right, right, left, and then also know the code, so that gets a little tricky sometimes. But we got the Book of Eons, that's like another key, essentially, item. Oh gosh, here we go. Plot thickens. I hate when I miss. Maybe that wasn't a miss. It just didn't feel like a good... The flying enemies are a real pain. Just like in any game, honestly, but... He's got a scythe, so I know Matthias is going to favor these guys. But they're not very nice, Matthias. They do things. Okay. You got iframes on me. Oof, okay. Somebody else in here, yeah. If you can just keep them down. We can take him out and get out of here. We have the Book of Eon, so we should be good. Fam says, well, just come to say hi. I have to rest early. Have a fun stream. Take care, fam. Have a great rest of your night. Be safe, and we'll have you in our thoughts and prayers, my friend. I hope that storm just passes right over and no harm's done. Walter says, night and be safe, fam. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Do I just drop down here, I think? I think so. You know, as much as I'm excited about Ninja Gaiden 4, I just want to play as Ryu the whole time. Like, I was not really stoked about the Yakumo thing, and I want to know how you guys feel about it. Like, how do you guys feel about starting with a new character? Like, say you have a titular character, like the flagship character of the game, and then they change him out. Kind of like in Metal Gear Solid 2, for example, Sons of Liberty. Like, how do you guys feel about that kind of stuff? I'm kind of on the fence about it. Honestly, the reasoning is kind of interesting to me more than anything. Like, oh, they're trying to, you know, a fresh face or whatever. It's like, I don't think Western audience would care much. Like, I think they'd rather play as Ryu. But I could be wrong, and it could be that they're making a great decision to have a new character introduced. But I know he's going to be cool and awesome and all that stuff. But honestly, I do feel that at the same time, I just love Ryu. Like, you know, being one of my favorite games, I just want to continue playing as Ryu, honestly. But who knows? I know that once you defeat or complete the game, not defeat the game, but when you complete it, oops, we're going to change our projectile to this shuriken. That you can play as any ninja for the entire playthrough. You can pick any chapter you want, play as any ninja, so that's nice. But you do have to beat the game first, so we could then play as Ryu from that point forward, but I don't know, we'll see. So we got some incendiary shurikens from that body. We got the map, which we'll never use. I can't even read those maps. Like, I remember being like, huh? At least when I was like, you know, just a wee lad. We're going to take the safety save, and then we're going to run through the Corridor of Doom. You can see that looks interesting, right? It seems quite unstable indeed. We're going to need our incendiary shuriken, that's why they gave us one. And then it goes all in Ninja Gaiden. I'm sorry, Indiana Jones right here. Oh gosh. I've landed on every single one of these. Well, oh gosh, you don't have to do what I'm doing. I'm trying to like, I don't remember how to like keep the jumps together. You can string them together really nicely. I could not do that. Oh, Matthias and Walter have some feedback. Let me see what you guys have to say. After this, okay. I could have just run on the wall, huh? I'm gonna have to jump on these things in like gymnast style. Ensure we don't die. Oh my gosh, it's getting in close. I'm dead. Yeah, I just don't remember the whole... I know I used to run on the walls a lot more. Speaking of scythes, I'm still perturbed that ALM didn't have a dual-ended scythe like the trailer showcased. Damn false advertising, those bastard influencers. Very true. Couldn't have said it better myself. Couldn't have said it better myself. But yeah, the jumps that I was trying to do that I used to be able to do, they kind of give you like iframes and you could just kind of go through all of this. That's insane, man. This is not supposed to be a hard part at all. Ryu is the reason why you play Ninja Gaiden. I agree with that 100%. And that's why it's really strange. It's like, so I'm playing so that I can, you know, so I can be Ryu, but you're taking that away, at least from the story perspective initially. So that's really odd because every time I think Ninja Gaiden, I think Ryu. I'm not thinking you know, some other character. But I think that they're probably thinking from like a Japanese perspective, like maybe the demographic is like, you know what, we've seen Ryu for many years and we're still getting, you know, we're still excited about every time we see him. But I feel like largely that's what's happening. So yeah, I finally made it to the end. See how easier it is? I don't know how I made that so hard. But yeah, I would love to see Ryu and play as Ryu the entire time and have a story revolving around him. But maybe after the failure, at least from like a certain perspective, of Ninja Gaiden 3, largely the people consider that a failure. I think it was fine. I didn't get to beat it, but what I played was great. It was super hard. I mean, it was fun. But in either case, I think that the big thing is that they're maybe trying to get a fresh start from that, even though it was however many years ago. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I definitely prefer to have like a character that I know and love that I'm playing as. But Yakumo will probably grow on us. It's just depending on how much personality he has, you know. And Ryu, you know, who's to know? What's he gonna be like, you know? Oh gosh, I died. There are certain areas where you're gonna go and travel all the way down, but this is not one of them. Obviously, I was trying to make the jump and I missed it. But the funny thing is, even a Talisman of Rebirth will not, you know, gonna, you know, save you from that. You will die from gravity. And if you watch any of my playthroughs, you know that gravity is often my worst enemy. But yeah, you don't even have to do all that. You can actually just drop down and then you got to make it across to the other side of the platform, and then you'll be facing off with these like bug fiends, and they're really annoying because they can just kind of stun you and interrupt your attacks and your combos, and that is a terrible thing whenever you're doing the ninja stuff. And I've noticed that I need to move my, because there's like this nasty glare on the left. I just don't understand. Let me try and change that real quick, because I didn't realize that's a bother. That looks terrible. Okay, you guys can hear. Okay, is that better? Yeah, I wasn't mute. I don't know how that happened. I just removed my picture, and my button for my mic was off, and I was like, wait, what? Sorry, what I was saying is I hope that, okay, we didn't hear what you said when you popped back up and my lip reading isn't that developed. Okay. I was saying, I think, I read your comment about the Jason Goes to Hell kind of thing, and I'm thinking that, you know what, like, I think that's going to be partially true for the Western part of the audience. I think maybe the, you know, the Japanese part was going to be, oh, it's fine, it's a new character kind of thing, whatever. I don't know how it's going to sit with us. I missed that jump. That's okay, though. Not a big deal. I can always get that back. There's a scarab over here, by the way. But in either case, I think it's kind of interesting because it's like, well, is this going to be one of those situations where, you know, you barely get to see him and he just pops up every once in a while, just like you just said? Or is it going to be a situation where he's got a really strong role? I don't want to use that. A really strong role in the story, and it's like, oh man, every time he shows up, something awesome happens or something pivotal happens. You know, I don't know. It's really hard to say, actually. Oh, this is great. I'm not lining up my jumps right, so that's sucky. But essentially, all I was saying is at least we know for a fact with 100% certainty that you can pick and choose whichever ninja you want to use. Once you've beaten the game, you can complete any mission or all missions with any ninja. So that's good. And I do enjoy that. But at the same time, the fact that, you know, you probably won't be seeing like the cutscenes. Like if you're playing as Ryu, and Ryu's a big part of the story, and he's showing up and stopping Yakumo or telling him, hey, don't do this or be better or whatever kind of mentor type stuff he's gonna do. It's just interesting to see how they're gonna play that out. Like obviously when you're playing as Ryu, you're probably not gonna see the cutscenes, you know. So I don't know. I just wanted to see Ryu further developed. I would have much rather seen Ryu further developed, in my opinion. I love Ryu Hayabusa. He's one of the coolest ninjas of all of gaming, and this game in particular is probably, and I always forget about it. I'm not gonna die, but I'll be fine. Probably, I would say this is my favorite game of all time. After, you know, looking back, Souls likewise, you know, you have your favorites, but man, there's just games like this. This is like old school, like, and it's hard as hell. This was back before, like, it was like, hey, whenever you beat this game, like, this was whenever people were still asking, like, if you beat this game, like, can you beat this game? And only some of the most skilled players were able to do that. Like the rage quit in this game was one of the first bosses. It was Mirai. Most people could not beat Mirai. And then the second rage quit was at the next chapter, the guy on the horse, you know, like, so like people could not beat this game. and now it's like, as hard as the Souls likes are, you know, you still have all these people doing these challenge runs and whatever else, including myself. But the community for Ninja Gaiden Black is still very small. The speedrun community has been able to pull off like maybe a 2-hour speed run, for example. But the community is very small, you know. And then when it comes to challenge runs, like there's just not that many. You know, I've done a challenge run for it, wooden sword only. And beat every single boss that way. I mean, it's like, it's hard. It's a very small community, and the people that participate in it are the crazy few. There's not a lot of us. So it's just very interesting to me. Very, very interesting. These games are, to me, like timeless. I mean, it still looks so good too. Like I love everything about this game. There's a few parts that I'm like, oh, like in particular when we coming back up this area, you're gonna notice that this button can be pressed and stopped, and that's one of the, you know, it's kind of like a mechanic, you know, where it's like, hey, you can't let the enemy hit that because then you're gonna stop and you're not gonna go up, you know, so it like stops progress. So it can be really trolly too, and you're having to manage that while fighting these incredibly tanky enemies. So yeah, game's not easy, you know. It's not supposed to be. And in fact, what I like so much about Tomonobu Itagaki-san, who's passed away sadly, is the fact that, you know, he had game testers say, man, the game is too hard, and it was much easier back then. And when they said it was too hard, he said, oh, okay, and he ended up making it harder. like he didn't care about what the common consensus was. He's like, no, I want it to be hard. I want this game to be really, I want you to feel like a ninja, and I want you to like, be able to overcome the challenges. And it was such a cool style, because nowadays it's like, oh, let's create an easy mode, or let's do this or that to make it more accessible. Itagaki-san was like, no, I'm going to increase the difficulty even further. You know, he wanted you to feel like badass. The Vigorian flail is incredible, but because we're doing a wooden weapon only challenge, I'm not going to be able to use them, but it's like an upgraded version of the nunchaku, or nunchucks as we call them. And it is a bladed version of the nunchaku that you can upgrade, and it's incredible. You guys would love it. So I'm gonna use one of these. This is just a really good way to kill them pretty quickly. Costly, but they often tend to drop red orbs as well, which would replenish our key that we're using. So, and if they don't, it's fine. We got to kill a handful of them, spill some blood, and then enemies like these undead zombified fiends will come out, and they're pretty annoying. No one's coming my way, huh? There you go. There you go, and we get the cutscene and then some monsters are gonna come out. Matai says, also to further support our disappointment and concerns with them forcing us to play as a new character, anyone remember the hate that DMC's dev got when they forced us to play as Nero on DMC 4? Shoot, I do remember that. In fact, I remember them being so hateful 2 games prior when you were forced to play as the lame version of Dante, which they then kind of retconned and said, no, that's not Dante, that's Nero. That was Nero. So Nero was first introduced in Resident Evil 2, in Devil May Cry 2, and it was just really strange. Walter says, nothing is harder than in Bloodborne. I have only 2 friends that have beaten it. The rest of us never got past the first boss. I never got past the first street. Oh no. Well, if you consider me one of your buddies, I've beaten it too, and I beat it with a torch only. So every single boss in the game, except for Lawrence, which I'll do that before I die. Every single boss. And it was incredible. And it was actually relatively easy with a torch, considering. You got these incredibly tanky fools over here. They have this nasty grab attack. They're just really tanky. With the Vigorian flail, you can maim them though, but right now I'm only using like bludgeon damage, if you will, so it makes it quite difficult. Always take out the projectile guys first, so we got one of these clowns over here. They're going to be popping up around the different areas. They have a lot less health as per usual, but they're still quite tanky. They can usually get off a nice shot. Yeah, I was gonna say, they can usually get off a shot even whenever you think you're good. But that they're just about dead. Nah, they're not quite. And chain together as many of those as you can as well. I'm gonna need some health here. You have to watch all the moves, and because these enemies attack at the same time. Like in other games, you have the illusion of being overrun, but enemies take turns. In this game, all enemies are attacking at the same time, so you don't really have that luxury of like, oh, they're just like surrounding me. It's supposed to make me make mistakes and be scared. No, it's like you're actually all attacking you at once. I'm gonna try and use more kicks because I have the Armlet of Potency, so we do have another enemy over here though. Take him out with a full ultimate technique there. Get a nice big yellow. I'll see if I can completely charge this before I get eaten by this idiot. Okay. There you go. Sometimes the final strike of the UT or the ultimate technique is like actually the strongest of the entire combo, so you can sometimes get away with getting an entire kill just off of one strike. That's not true for all weapons though. And yeah, obviously we'd be using the Vigorian flail here and they'd all be getting maimed. So here you have to actually fight, so you just press square, I mean not square and triangle. Oops, sorry Xbox people. X and Y, my bad. Getting my butt whooped. But yeah, this game I would say is probably harder than any Souls-like I played for sure, because it's just hard as hell, in fact. Like if you're actually not just running through and skipping enemies, like my gosh. Like these gauntlets are incredibly difficult. Watch for the grab. This should be the last guy. Matthias says, and furthermore, the death threats they got when they rebooted the series with the DMC, which of course is, wasn't one of the rabid fans that hated them. I just took what they gave us. Same, and I actually loved the reboot. I think the reboot was done so well. The game played smoother, in my opinion, because guess what? It was either Team Ninja or Ninja Theory. In either case, they're both amazing teams. I always get them mixed up. I think it was Ninja Theory, but it was so much smoother than any of the other games that I played. Like the jumping and the maneuver, like the air maneuverability was just something that you had not felt in a Devil May Cry game. Like Devil May Cry, you can juggle and do whatever, but he always felt heavy. The platforming sequences were so awkward because they were like forcing you to be more agile than he really was, because he could jump really high, but he couldn't jump and control necessarily the direction where he was going, which made it very difficult for me to jump around and enjoy it. But here you want to take out the archers, of course. But yeah, in Devil May Cry, the reboot anyways, they improved upon that better than you could ever imagine. We have another archer? Maybe not. You gotta jump on their heads, make sure that you interrupt them, and I mean, you're balancing everything out at once. That enemy's getting ready to do a strike to right behind us, so it's like you gotta watch for the grab for this guy. I mean, there's so many different things. But if you're not constantly moving around and using your ninja agility, you're gonna get hit a lot more than you need to. So here we're gonna use the ultimate technique and try and hit as many of them as possible. This guy should be next. And we'll go here with 1 and then 2. We're gonna go straight towards the screen so we can hit 2 enemies if we can. There you go. That's a slash right here. There. We have tons of enemies here. I think this is potentially one of the gauntlets we get a chest. Dodge. We're gonna jump across, we can interrupt some enemies here, get some distance. Looks like this is the last little gauntlet here. Dodge to the right, and then we're gonna dodge back because of the grab. Oof, I'm gonna die here if I'm not careful. I'm gonna use the Great Spirit Elixir because I'm getting jacked up. Doesn't help when you're like as stubborn as I am though either. Is that all the brothers? Looks like it is. Okay, great. Whew. Marcus says hello Inhuman and hello to Walter and Matthias. How are you, Marcus? How you doing today? We're having some weird issues today, some nationwide like server issues, internet stuff, and for us, phones were down, the internet for the school districts is down, a lot of the websites were down that I need to use, so I had to use the same thumbnail. Like I couldn't even update the thumbnail. This is that annoying elevator sequence I tell you about. So once the button comes back up, then we'll be able to get it going again. But yeah, just a bunch of weird issues today. And on Thursday, I mentioned earlier that I do have an appointment. I've had some issues with stuff. I need to go back and go back to the doctor. And on Thursday, I'll have an appointment. It's at 10:30. But I should be able to get through it pretty quickly. And then if, depending on how late that pushes back the stream, I can either stream immediately after the appointment, or I'll stream like the evening or even on Saturday or whatever, just to make up and make sure that I hit the goal. Because yeah, it's kind of annoying, but yeah, I need to go. Can't keep pushing it back. Ooh, that was scary. But how are you doing? How are you feeling? This guy, man. You tanky fool. Why don't you die? There you go. Now we can get the elevator moving back up, and we want to avoid or prevent these enemies from striking that button because they'll stop the elevator from moving up, which is super annoying. Oops, I got impatient. No! Did I do it wrong? Did I do a bad thing? No, 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 I don't want to go down. Dang it, I messed up. But yeah, that can happen if you're not paying attention. I was trying to kill these guys. You don't have to kill them all, but that's what I get. Gotta fight so we can get up, minimize the damage there. Surprised you're still alive, brother. I've been swiping at you. These kicks don't seem to be doing anything anymore. Okay, let's get out of here. I'm just gonna grab this and go. I think we learned our lesson. Alright. Marcus says, that's interesting you say that. Myself and Susanna both agreed you have not really seemed yourself recently. Hope you're okay. Yeah, no, honestly, there's a few things going on that in my personal life that are, you know, not the best, but there has been that, which I can't really share right now just because of reasons, but health-wise, I feel okay, but I've just been having this little issue come up again, and it's like, I don't want it to be like a thing where it comes back, so I want to make sure, like, on Thursday, I set an appointment on Thursday, but I was like, oh man, like, the only appointment they had was 10:30, and I'm like, well, I can't push it back, so. But now everything else has been good, and I've been trying to stay positive. Like, the health thing is minor, like, that's just something I have to make sure I prioritize, but it's other stuff that's been kind of getting in the way, and I wish I could share some of that stuff with you guys, but I can't until it's all over, honestly, because of the nature of it. But it's just one of those things that's super annoying. I'll just say, people, man, just don't know how to let go, and they don't know how to stop being bitter and being negative, and they'll do anything to try and shake up the happiness and disturb the peace of a family, you know, and that's what we've been dealing with. So it's kind of annoying because it impacts everybody, but the point is you let God handle those things, and those people will end up being your pedestal before long. So I don't worry about stuff like that. It's more like I say, do your worst for I'll do mine. Sir, can you shoot? There you go. We gotta be very careful here because if we get shot here, we're in trouble. No! Okay, good. Yes. Now we do a bunch of kick techniques and that'll take them out. Another throw there, that stuns him, and then we go for another kick technique that kills him. Perfect. That's the way we're supposed to go. Oh no! But then I missed my jump. Now everything's good though for the most part. You just can't engage in the negativity, and you can never give up, you know, and you can never, if things don't go your way, you can't blame God. This world and this system that we live in is a broken system, you know, so it's not supposed to support good people. It's supposed to keep the bad people in power. It's supposed to benefit those that try and harm others. And when you're up against that, sometimes it can be like, man, that's sucky, but ultimately I've dealt with that my whole life, so it's not anything new to me. But sometimes, yeah, does it get old? Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, it'll all be done in due time. things will be as they should. Are we back where? Yeah, okay. I was. Are we back at the spot? No. Okay, I need to go here. This is an interesting jump. You can do this entire sequence blind, but I can't. Ugh. Okay, there you go. Got it. And then I need to go up here. We got the goblet. The goblet's then going to activate the boss fight, and then we just keep going from there, you know? Marcus, oh, don't worry about sharing. Just get yourself sorted out. Yeah, just get it all sorted out. As for people and what goes around comes around. That's what I always say. Like, I'm like, God is much more ruthless than any of us could be. Like, you've seen the way he's very loving, but at the same time, like, you don't screw with him or his people. And I feel like I'm like, man, you're gonna enjoy whatever little worldly benefits you have, but just wait until that's done. You're gonna have hell to pay, quite literally, and that's gonna be very, very, very unfortunate, because I don't plan on being on the receiving end of that punishment. And that's what you got to get, to walk in his path and do the right thing, because it'll catch up to you. And I'm not gonna ever let my own like emotions or anything get in the way or ruin anything I have, because I think I'm very blessed. It's like, I don't care. They can do your worst, as I say. Do your worst. We got a bone dragon here, one of my favorite bosses because he's goofball. On the higher difficulties, of course, you're being plagued by those bug fiends, and my gosh, it is so annoying because they will interrupt everything you do. This is a grab attack, actually, right there. He's gonna try again. There you go. Just get off screen, essentially, but you can fall off, so you have to be incredibly careful. When he switches from his back feet to his front feet, he loves doing a tail swipe. So, and he doubles up like he did there, and you can jump across, and it's just really funny because when you don't know this fight, and trust me, this is 5 years ago. Like, I haven't fought this dude in forever. You are gonna make some mistake. You're gonna be flopping around, getting knocked around like crazy, and it feels so bad. Jump, jump again. What I'm trying to do is jump again when I was trying to get these kick attacks here, these kick combos, so I can break all of those limbs. Because what you do is you expose the meat underneath, that nice marrow that we all love. For the flavor, of course. That right there. He's gonna do a tail swipe. Ah, he was. There you go. And he has to move every single one of his limbs around like that, so that we can actually break through that bone shield of it. Jump, and then there you go. We got 2 more limbs to go. Oh my gosh, I almost messed up there. He's gonna give us that one easy. And then we take on the final limb there. I saw your chat. Guys, have you gone? Yeah, Walter's working. He usually has to lurk more than anything. And then Matthias is probably finishing up Yote in preparation for tomorrow. Tomorrow we have Ninja Gaiden coming out. I'm probably going to end up buying it tomorrow. Like wee hours of the morning. And then we'll be streaming that for the rest of the week. And that's going to be super exciting. We were talking about a few things, though, that they have changed the main protagonist from Ryu to Yakumo, which to me is interesting. You know, there was a decision they made because they're saying, oh, we're trying to, you know, appeal to a newer, younger audience. But it's like, even Walter said, and it made me think the same thing. It's like, when I play Ninja Gaiden because I want to play as Ryu. You know, even when I played Dead or Alive, I wanted to play as Ryu. You know, and I thought that was really weird and interesting that they said, you know, you're going to play as Yakumo. And I don't even believe, to my knowledge, he is not of the Hayabusa lineage. So he's of an entirely different lineage. And it makes me think like, okay, what are they trying to really flesh out the story, or, you know, what are they doing exactly? So I don't know. It's I prefer and would love to continue playing as Ryu. Obviously, he's my favorite character. It's one of my favorite games ever. So it's like, oh, I don't know. Like, don't take that away. I want to keep playing as Ryu. I think I need to come in here. Ah, yes. These guys. Very nice. Okay, this is the path we're supposed to take, I believe. It's been a while, but I do believe this is correct. And you can die from here if you fall down, so. Matthias says, I already beat Ghost of Yote. That's why I started playing Aim on him before. Oh, that's right, you did. And we're talking about the build, that's correct. I don't think I'm supposed to go out yet either, but maybe I am, I don't know. It's been a while. Ooh! That was scary. That's right. Because we were talking about that all last year. I don't think I'm supposed to go here. It doesn't feel right. Because I can't... Well... I'll die if I do this, right? No, maybe not. Okay, never mind. I won't die. I just forgot where to go. Oh, lovely. Thank you. There's a point where those will... they'll stop stabbing you, I promise. But not yet. They're gonna keep stabbing us for now. That's right, you're playing Amon. Did you finally beat those little dummies? Ripper Roadbirds. But yeah, definitely not the biggest fan of the main protagonist being swapped. Ryu is just one of the best characters. Very badass. Always has a very determined. You know, I don't know, just a cool character. Here we can get some infinite incendiary shurikens. Just a free bank of them. Essentially, if you have any number missing, you can always go back, interact with that corpse, and you'll get free incendiary shurikens. Yep, Ninja Gaiden 4 is on its way, guys. It's literally on its way. People already spoiling stuff. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you can go back into this room. This is where you then face off with like a big gauntlet of enemies right here. There's a gauntlet back down where we're at as well. See, this is the gauntlet right here. And these get tough. You usually just get like a life of the gods or something for it too. It's like, eesh. But you do get max health from that if you get enough. So is it worth it? Yeah. Is it a pain? Absolutely. Ow. Okay. Can't even kill the first wave of 3 right here. So this is back when, you know, the original Xbox release and you could use the black and white buttons, and those are actually important because you could pull up, I don't know how to do it now, but you could pull up like a karma screen to show you how many points you had, how many enemies you defeated within this like encounter. And it was important because you could keep track and see, okay, I've killed 60, I have another 60 to go. You know, I'm halfway there. I can't kill that guy. Again, the weapon choice that I have isn't ideal, but I have to use these because we're doing a bit of a challenge run, so whew. Man, I gotta get rid of this guy right here, though. You, sir, need to die already. Like, how are you not dead yet? No! I might need to switch to incendiary shurikens because I am getting my butt whooped. Actually, we'll use this. Normally I'd have the true dragon sword. I'd be able to use that and lunar as well, which is another great weapon. But I haven't upgraded any of those weapons. Even if I switched them right now, it wouldn't really help. He just doesn't want to die. I've hit that guy I don't know how many times. And they can go like out of bounds if they're being really trolly. That is never fun. I'm proud to say I finally beat those 3 little Anunnaki bastards. Yeah, they are aliens. Just focus on one at a time and stay near a normal enemy. Oh yeah, you could easily kill. Yep. Yeah, that's an excellent strategy. It's always good to keep a few enemies on hand for like that fight for your life kind of situation. For sure. Trying to figure out what button I need to press to pull up that little menu. There, die, brother. Man, tired of you. Tired of that shaman, dude. You need to go away. Okay. I'm just gonna prioritize you then. A lot less of those spawn than the little guys. On the highest difficulty, you're fighting some of the most ferocious enemies. It's these like cat creatures. Man, they're bad. They're so bad. But this is fairly easy. But then I am kind of limiting myself with the weapon choice, so the difficulty comes back up. The moveset isn't the best for the flying enemies because you're limited to kicks and a strike that is doesn't have a lot of range, so you gotta be really careful with it. Like that right there. If I can knock him down, yeah, it's usually the best. Okay. You want to go for that fire damage as much as you can. Really powerful. Fire Wheels was, you know, at least initially you think, man, this is a worthless spell, but gosh, it's so good. It's got so much utility, and the fact that it does so much damage over a very short period of time, like you just wish you could extend that period of time. And I think that's one of the spells you can't necessarily increase or improve. You can get these jewels where you can actually improve some of them, but not all the time. Not every spell can be improved upon. Ah, right when I got health. And these guys will drop either health or they're going to drop red orbs as well. Primarily anyway, so that'll be great. That's what we want right there. That combo. So we've killed all the other kind of mobs, so now we just need to focus on these little guys. Or not these little guys, but these These jerks that have been impossible because they've been flying around, making it really hard to grab them. I'm gonna have to use a Great Spirit Elixir, and then we're just gonna have to purchase some more heals on the way out. We got a tough fight coming up as well. Marcus says, how's your build going, Matthias? And Human's build was stellar. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really loved the Amon build. That Infinite Ordnance is just great. It's so much fun. But I was working on survivability. I hadn't figured out a good shield yet. And I had like a level 30 enhancement, you know? So it's just hard coming by those quality enhancements sometimes. But the Rafa build was so much fun. That's probably my favorite build, period. Such a great build. I really want to experiment with a Harlow. And honestly, I'm so impatient. I'm like, can we just get Cash already? I want to see exactly what he plays like. Very nice. Very nice. And the reason why my kicks are doing so much damage is because I have that Armlet of Potency. So the kicks do tons more damage, and guess what? The wooden sword has a lot of kicks built into its moveset, as do the nunchucks. Oh no. I really don't want to die. So I'm going to use all my heals if I need to. Also don't want to be next to the door. I might accidentally press the interact button and get out of the door, and that would be terrible. These brothers, man. I'm gonna come over here because I'm actually quite close to the door, I think. Ah! Lovely. Okay. Well, I'm not gone, just working. That's what I was letting them know. Sometimes you have to focus. I'm gonna lose my towels. How is this guy so hard? This one guy giving me a heck of a time. Golly, all that, guys. We probably killed about 100 enemies there. All that so we could get... You can actually come up here and cheese it like this. Yeah, there you go. Spirit of the Devils. I forget what this does. Increases our key limit, so hey, I'll take it. My gosh, that was rough. So rough. But that is what those gauntlets look like, essentially. What's up, Emmanuel? How are you doing? How are you doing? The new patch didn't drop today, so I reckon tomorrow for sure. Really? Okay. See, I thought they were going to push it back to Thursday, which is interesting because on Thursday we have it's like the Halloween event, you know? Like we have that event, the Horrors of Kairos, coming out on the 23rd. I think it'll be out from the 23rd to the 6th, so we have quite a bit of, quite a bit of stuff to look forward to. Walter says, sup, Marcus? Hopefully you're doing good. I'm okay, Walter. Thank you. Hope you're well. Good, good. I'm glad you guys are doing great. I am gonna tag this as a safety just in case. Remember, if you die, there are no checkpoints, so guys. So like, if you die, you just have to start over where you last tagged a checkpoint, last saved. so it can be really bad. That is so expensive. There's no way I'm gonna ever spend that though. 15 scarabs. Nice. Okay, cool. So now we can do this. We'll get more health. Then we can use this to get another key. Oh yeah. And then now we just can't die to these little basic enemies over here. Flip, flip. Ah! Okay, now I think we need to go to the sewers. I actually forget this entire sequence, so... But then since the fiends are here, it's always a good sign. I'm gonna need to go ahead and just do this. Alright, that's better. Now, I'm trying to remember exactly where I need to go. I know that we had gone through there, defeated the Hydracubus, that's the name of the weird tentacle monster. I don't think there's anything back this way aside from just another entrance, so I say we go back, because it just circles around. So, Matthias says, I concur. Inhuman's build was definitely stellar and well put together, but unlike Inhuman, I'm not particularly talented at building, I just go with whatever works. Yeah, and that's fine. There's no wrong way to do it, in my opinion. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to use this. These guys over here. Oh, my face. Okay. That's why we bought heals, right? That's why we're rich. That's why we're not upgrading weapons. For this reason exactly. Iframes right there by jumping on his corpse, or his head. Soon to be corpse. Oof. My goodness, get out of here. Give me my health back. Our bar is getting bigger, so that's nice. Getting a better health bar. I am going to save here. I think I have to go back. I don't remember exactly where I need to go. That would just circle around, so I'm going to go back this way. I think we need to cross that drawbridge again. Marcus says, it's what works best for you and the gear you come across, Matthias. Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree. Whatever works best, whatever's fun, and whatever just works is more than enough. That's like my philosophy even on like Souls games, you know, because a lot of people are like, you just have to get good. You have to use this meta gear. It's like, you really don't have to use the meta gear or build to have a good time or to be effective, you know? The meta is essentially what either, like when it comes to min-maxing, like mathematically what the most optimal build would be, or it's something that some random content creator came up with. Let's see. I don't think I want to go this way. I don't even know. Do I put the tablet together? I don't even know. I don't remember. Oh yes, we need to go through here. Look at that. My ninja instincts told me where I needed to go. Oh really? No, the grab. I've been trying the guillotine grab. I can't get the distance right. There it is. Okay. That was the guillotine throw. That actually gets increased by the potency's armlet as well, so that's good. We're gonna go for these projectile weapons, go for incendiary shuriken, swap to break this wall right here, and be good to go. Builds are all very well, but if you don't have the gear, then not so great. Exactly, like if you're going for a build and you don't even have the gear, it's like, shoot. I always feel like that's the reason why I don't really like to follow those guides, because I'm like, I'm not going to have this gear until end game, and I'm having to play the game like 30 hours more up until that point. Let's see, where do we go? This is going to unlock that door in the middle, so do I go towards... I mean, the camera's facing this way, so... Maybe I go place those tablets. I don't think I have all three, though. So we have top. Right, do we have left? Okay, we don't. Well, shoot. At some point I should get the skull key. That's really what I'm looking for. think that's where we got guillotine throw. We'll get through there at some point. We're gonna have a little helicopter fight and shoot through that window as well. Ow. Really, Mr. Soldier? You became a martial artist? Let's see if I have the key. I don't have the key yet, it's fine. I'll get it eventually. I'm so confused. Matthias says definitely. I concur as well. I randomly got a legendary assault rifle called Vanilla Teddy Gatekeeper. I don't even know what that one is. At level 37, and now I'm level 49, and this gun still annihilates everything, even though it's way under level. Yeah, there's some guns like that that are just so good. That is funny. I know I have the Lily key, so. What I don't know is where I'm supposed to be going. Because I thought this would take me to the Pegasus door, and I'll be right back at the drawbridge, right? I don't remember where to go. Yeah, this is going to take me to the exact same area that I was just at. And then this is the, yep, the ninjas. And then we got the Pegasus area. Whoa. Leave me alone, ninjas. Oh my gosh. We did that already. And then we opened up this door. Yep. That's going to take us back to the other side. Why would it take me back through here then? I could go over here to this side. Hans Bar was on the other side. I could chat with our little friend over here. Get off. Vanilla Teddy. Oh my gosh, you got the cannulated gatekeeper. Okay. Vanilla Teddy still sounds like a name that would be present in Borderlands though. And that's the funny thing. Like, that definitely sounds like it belongs in Borderlands. Gotta love that autocorrect. Because the gun is working well with your build level of weapon, not what's important. Yeah, the level of the weapon's not what's important. It's not as important as the build that's utilizing it. That's very true. Because I was using some under-leveled equipment, and even so, I mean, you can still do some nasty, nasty things. As long as your build allows for it. Like, my weapon and the DPS is one of the lower weapons. It's like 2700 DPS at level 50. And it's quite low, but still able to do really good amounts of damage. Okay, so this is not where we go. Oh, let's see. So we've done all this. I don't see... I wish I would have paid more attention. That's the Lily door again. What I can do is check what would be on the other side of that one gate we opened up. Okay, that would be this. Because this is the gate we just opened up. So why would it send me back here if I don't have all three tablets? That's what I don't understand. This circles around. I don't have the skull key. I wonder if I need to go back to the Vanilla Teddy. I was gonna say that does sound like a Borderlands weapon though. I mean, it really does. The Vanilla Teddy. Sounds cool. That's why I was like, But cannulated, that's a really strange word. I'm not even sure what that means. Do I need to go back to that stupid monastery? I think so. I think I may need to head back. So I tagged these, I can go back through here, circle around, and then I'm trying to remember exactly where the monastery would be. Definitely through the Lily Gates area. Ooh. Oh, the same box I opened up and it's made probably the exact same expression. That's nothing. That is nothing for now. This is gonna be the drawbridge door. What have I done? Oh, totally not a bad name for a Borderlands gun. If you can have like a tempting crank or whatever, you can definitely have a vanilla teddy. Matthias says it probably helps that my particular class mods adds 41% more damage to assault rifles. Yeah, just a smidge. That might be helping out just a little bit. They're chasing me still. Always about the red text, absolutely. Well, I'm gonna come right back here because if I did save at that other area. What am I missing, guys? Oh, I think I know. There should be a lift inside. Yeah, there should be a lift inside one of these doors here. Where we're stealing from that monk. Remember that monk, and then he has the safe that he keeps kind of saying, hey, you keep stealing my stuff. That is where we need to be. So I think it leads you here. And then, let me see. I don't feel like going. Oh, okay. I was going to do it the cool person way. There you go. Well, maybe not. Maybe not the most efficient path. I'm just gonna go to this other side again. There should be a lift, and then I think you go down, and then you start dealing with like the underwater area, which really sucks, if I'm not mistaken. So no. That's not correct. So this isn't the right path. Okay, so... He even mentioned, could this be the chilly underground passage? Is there more down here that I missed? Watch there just be a bunch more that I just completely have skipped. And that's gonna be really goofy. Oh, nice. That is so funny. The red text states, I'm not camping, I'm guarding the flag. Oh, did you hate campers back then? My gosh, I know I did. You've maximized the bill with your gear drops. Nice one. Exactly. Because he's going ordnance and he's been wanting like wombo combo and stuff like that. So he's definitely going to be using assault rifles quite a bit. So that makes sense. You know, for me, there's only a few... Only a few assault rifles in particular that I've actually liked, because most of them are semi-automatic, right? Most of them aren't just like hold and you can fire, you know, your whole clip. And that's why I really do like Bonnie and Clyde, because it has like you just hold and shoot. Whereas some of the other weapons you have to, you know, tap the trigger multiple times. So it's like semi-automatic. And I'm like, oh man. So I kept finding a bunch of assault rifles that you know either burst fire or semi-automatic, and I was like, oh man. And I really wanted one that could just shoot. I didn't find Bonnie and Clyde until obviously on stream that one time, so I was like, oh, this is pretty awesome. It's still not vanilla though. I like vanilla better. I think vanilla sounds cool. Sounds way cooler. Alright, I'm just gonna drop down here and not die. Oh, totally not gonna die there. Ja! That was scary. Okay, I went here. Did I miss something on this side then? Or is that just my way back up? Oh, it's not, because I could just retrace my steps. So what did I miss? It's been 5 years, guys, and you guys know how I forget any basic thing, and even the best games in the world. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know where to go. Yeah, I mean, this is the same area that I was just at. I don't know why you would even need this. Because I just drop right down and you don't miss anything. Curiouser and curiouser. So it's like an order type weapon. A lot of people hate the charge weapons for some reason, but there's just so much versatility with them, and they don't realize that you don't have to only use the charge fire. That's just an alternate way to fire the weapon, but they're like, oh man, the charge weapons. I'm like, you don't have to charge every shot. You can, especially if you're going like with a nice amp build or something, but you don't have to charge every shot. I think people don't, they don't like to read. Reading is power. Oh, I agree. I agree. It can get a little sticky. I first used it against Directive O on the Encore difficulty when I'd never fought Directive O before. I think maybe one time, and then I never used that weapon before. And I was like, yikes! It definitely messes with your rotation, your muscle memory too, because you get used to playing a certain way. I'm like, oh man, this is way different. But it is fun to use. But yeah, I don't like that swapping modes. Can I just drop down? Okay, so somehow I missed that I just need to drop down. Lovely. That's all I need to do, guys. Ah, they're all archers. No! Ow. Okay, well, at least we're on the ow. At least we're on the right path. Stop shooting me so hard. My gosh. Yeah. The kicks, I'm telling you, that potency armlet, armed with the well, while you have the nunchaku equipped, or also the wooden sword, which has a lot of kicks built into it. Man, that gets really good. This is technically wood. Let's see. Crafted from the strong branch of a willow tree. It's wooden, isn't it, guys? A staff that is said to harbor the mysterious power of the moon. Crafted from the strong branch of a willow tree. It's wooden. I'm using it because it literally is a day before Ninja Gaiden 4, so we're probably not going to be able to finish this run for a while anyways. That's totally a wooden sword. I mean, a wooden weapon. You heard it here first. It's totally wooden. You guys are going to see one of the best weapons in the entire game. A map. We'll never use the map because it's just really strange and awkward to use. This is 20 years ago, before maps were even existed in real life. Just kidding. Life of the Gods. There's a few things you can do here, but we're just going to get knocked down because why not? Scripted. Hiya! I voice acted all these scenes. Willow is totally wooden, so it's 1000% a wooden weapon. Uh-oh, we got the little brothers now. Whoa, okay. And this was a weapon that was added in Ninja Gaiden Black. And man, it feels so good. It's just such a great weapon. It's got crowd control. It's got these incredible animations and combos. It's just one of the better weapons for sure. The counter attack is just really devastating as well. It's just a nasty weapon. In the best of ways. I mean, those combos and the animation, I just don't even know how they did this back then. It's so good. So good. Who needs builds? Marcus, actually, I myself am not a fan of order weapons, but whatever works for Humanitas, which obviously is, oh yeah, it's definitely working. You know, I'm not a big fan of the order weapons either, but I know that they're not bad, and I know that people just kind of don't favor them, so then they just say they're bad, but they're not. They're very effective in the right hands, you know? It's not my hands. Alright, so I'm gonna do something here. Actually gonna drop down. I'm gonna grab this chest. There's something we can do with an incendiary shuriken. I think I might need to change my weapon as well. But you can kind of cheese this little jump here so you don't have to worry about all the platforming sequence part of it. So I can do it. We're gonna go here. Can't really get over to it. Trying to get over there. I might need to change my weapon. So close. There's a few skips like this you can do, but the game itself doesn't really have hardly any glitches or cheats. Okay, so let me see here. Shoot. Okay, let's try this again. What I'm gonna do is switch to these. They're effective, but they can't be doing that charge. Oh yeah, they are very effective. The charge up, man. I'm just so impatient. I'm always like, yeah, but I could probably find a faster way. I'm not gonna be able to do it. Okay, I'm using all my things. That's fine. Well, that's okay. What I will do though is switch to my bow. How are you not dead? After all that, huh? After all that, I couldn't pull off my little trick. It's a tricky little jump, but you have to have it. It kind of makes you lock on. This is like Liza P. Okay, there you go. I just do this again. Not am I getting shot at. And it's the particular throw animation for the incendiary shuriken that makes it possible. I don't think this has the same throw animation, so yeah, it does. You get a little bit more height with this one. Didn't want to throw it, and I don't have any to throw. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, well, back to the grind. So what is the target thing? I thought you were all targeted. Oh, I'm joking because like we didn't have internet today. Apparently it's a nationwide issue with this nationwide server issue. So like this morning phones weren't working, schools were down, internet wasn't working. I wasn't able to access like most sites that I use to you know, update my thumbnail, so my thumbnail's the same thumbnail from like last week. It just everything was just acting crazy, so I was just joking. I was like, apocalypse preparation time. Okay, we took a bunch of unnecessary damage, but it's just a joke. But it's just because everything was falling apart. I'm like, what is happening in my country? My country's falling apart. Ew, does he have rats in his hand? But no, I'm just joking. It's not. The target has been met, so we are going to continue doing a stream every day this week for Ninja Gaiden and just keep pushing through and having a great time. But yeah, I was just joking. That's a joke. You guys are always more than willing. I mean, you guys are always open. I mean, I'm always open for the chats, but I like to really meet a goal that's serious. That was just me being funny or trying to be funny. Just because I was like, what the heck's going on with the world? It's just my my apocalypse funds. Whenever everything goes south. I don't know if you've seen The Purge. Like that's what it's for. So I can get a really cool mask when it's purge time. But no, I'm just kidding. It's just a joke. Okay, we're gonna use our bow again, which I should. Let's see. Oh. You guys are so accurate when you want to be. No, let me hit you first. Okay. All right. There is a scarab in one of these rooms, actually. Missing all my shots. Except those. We got a scarab back here. But yeah, I can't figure out my little... There's a move, you run up the wall, you throw an incendiary shuriken because you get additional height, and then you cancel the animation, you do a strike. I forget which strike with which weapon, but it kind of propels you a little bit further up, and then you can get on the side of the map, and it's really nice. Okay, now here I need to shoot these bad boys, right? Uh-oh. I can't. Ugh. The drop off. Am I supposed to hit it then? What am I supposed to do? I don't remember anything in this game, and it's so funny because... Oh my god. Marcus is donating to the apocalypse funds. What a trooper. He is here for the apocalypse. I love that. Oh my gosh, Marcus, you're so fun. That was a joke. Marcus says, for your zombie apocalypse and to see a smile on your face, my friend. Oh, that's good. That is good. That is funny. No, and I want, you know, I am very happy, guys. It's just, there's just some things going on, you know, like, it's just things from the past, like people that just can't, they just want to bring you down. They want you to be happy because they're unhappy. And that's all we're dealing with right now. Just a bunch of this craziness, you know, folks that haven't, you know, moved on for a decade and beyond. It's like figure out your life, man, or like read the Bible or something, because it's just, I don't understand how people can be so bitter. But we're just dealing with little stuff like that. Of course, it impacts everybody. It's just a lot of, you know, emotional distress and just annoying in general, having to deal with foolish people. But and then it just I've been having these migraines, you know, regularly, and I think it's probably stress related, but and because I don't know if that's what it is or if it's anything else, I want to make sure, because my family, like, lately they've all been having some sort of health type things. I'm like, let me just make sure it's not like some, you know, hereditary type thing, and it's just like, okay, if it's stress related, great, no worries, I can relieve that. So I just wanted to make sure. And then the only appointment was Thursday, so I was like, oh man, I was like I need to be streaming Thursday, but no, I am very happy, very positive. It's just a little bit sapped of energy because of the negativity, you know, and you got to just kind of get past it. But sometimes it's like, man, it's like, guys, like, let it go. Like, can we not move on and be happy, you know? This is what I need to find. Okay, I think this is timed. We'll see. But no, I am happy, and I really appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. Love and support is always, that's why I do this, because I just get to hang out with you guys, and it's just such a nice feeling, you know? So I always want you to know I'm very happy, and it's just sometimes, some days it's harder than others to be positive, but ultimately I am in a great mood, and I'm not going to let any negativity ever hold me back or hold me down or keep me from doing what I love, which is this. So no worries at all, guys. I'm always going to be here, and I'm always going to be in a good mood. Oh, it is timed. But sometimes, yeah, I'm just like, man, like, can we let it go? Oh, I'm glitching. Well, I got to be quick then. I'll be quick. Hopefully we'll be, oh man, my beans, they're coming. They're definitely coming. I think more of once I figure out certain like deadlines and things like that, then I'll be much more like, oh no, I'll be much better, like, in terms of like, I need to know what my commitments are time wise. And I think that uncertainty is the only thing that ever bothers me, really. It's like, oh, not knowing. Can I re-up it like this? Probably not. Well, darn. Okay, we have to wait for another cycle. That's my bad. That's me being rusty. You don't have to engage with those games either. You can literally do that set of moves I was talking about and completely bypass this section. Also, the camera can work against you here, so we want to make sure that we don't allow that to happen. Oh my goodness. That's where I want this weapon here, so you can get a little bit more boost. Like this. Dang it. That's going to be one more cycle then. No worries. Lourdes Trevino says, things will get better. Praying for you and your family. Thank you so much. So kind. We knew you weren't yourself, so hopefully you'll be... Oh, yeah, for sure. No, I promise. It's just once... I like certainty, you know? And then whenever there's all this uncertainty, that can wear on your mind, but... it's not going to take away from any of these amazing days and gifts that we have, so... Oh, no! That's going to piss me off, though. Just kidding. Missing that jump? That's going to piss me off. I'm just kidding. Alright, so let's try that again. I don't think I have enough time. If I miss a jump, I don't think I have enough time to go up there. And I don't have any incendiary shurikens, so kind of in a bind. I can't even attempt my little cheese. No, you guys are awesome. Absolutely amazing. Okay, focus. Straight. Look straight. Okay. And jump. Okay. This one's fine if it hits me. Okay. Okay. See, it hits me every time. And we go like this. Jump, spin, and we got it. First try. First try. We're just going to edit that out. So I think here, if I'm not mistaken, we fight this like demon dragon thing called like Pazu, and it can be a pretty tough fight. But now that we're using wooden weapons, it says the branch of a willow tree. It is a wooden weapon. Okay, that's my argument. I think we're gonna be okay. It's a tough fight with the wooden sword because of the limitations of the combo, and then the nunchucks are good, but you can get caught up in striking too many times, and then they interrupt your combo and you get knocked out. So it's like, gotta be careful with that one. The enemies typically respawn here, yeah. And there will be an instance where you fight a multiple like waves of enemies there that just kind of seemingly don't stop respawning. But oh, this is Hydracubus. Version 2. Okay, do I have anything fun here? There's no way I used... I thought I had a big devil elixir. Maybe not. Perhaps not. Getting donked up over here. Hold on. This dude hits hard today. Okay, he hits really hard. We're gonna use our windmill shuriken and punch him with shurikens. Typically what I do is I do an aerial strike and then throw the shuriken, but man, he's hitting me every time. Ow. Ow. Quit connecting with every strike, sir. It's my job. Okay, now I'm gonna suck in whatever he gave us and do that. And his arms will go back any second now, that's fine. I am gonna use some more heals. Man, we need more heals already. That's fine, that's fine. No time to panic. So there you do the X and the Y combo. I remember beating the game with every weapon at some point in my past. Obviously, so I got really familiar with certain combos for certain enemy types because you cannot just use the same thing. Obviously, with like the dragon sword, you can use the sparrow, which is like a lock-on technique that goes straight to him. It's really, really effective for like everything. But we don't always have the ability to use that, so very close. We almost two-cycled him there, which is great. Okay, very good. Ah, my face. Susanna, I see you. I will read your chat in 1 second. Let me defeat this monster. And I am all ears. I don't know if Marcus told you, but it's about to be a zombie apocalypse over in the States. Oh, I beat him. Internet was down this morning. Phones weren't working. It's like a nationwide thing. School systems were down. I was like, yeah. That's kind of eerie. So, all is quiet on the Western Front. Susanna says, hi, Mr. Inhuman. I just want to say a quick hello and know that we always stand with you and Adam. People can be so poo. Oh, people can be poo, so just ignore the ignorance. Oh, trust me. I think that means more than you know. Thank you so much. And yes, I agree. People can be just I don't know, bitter and whatever for whatever reason, but it's something that I'll definitely be able to shed more light on later on. But it's just one of those things. It's like, man, can we let it go? Like, can we not move on and make things better? Make the world a better place by not being so bitter. But I actually pity people like that because, like, man, there's so much that life can offer you, even in the worst of times. It's like, if all you're doing is obsessing over how to pull me and my family down, like, that's really sad, you know, honestly. And I'm just glad I don't have to live that kind of existence. But yes, thank you so much. That means so much more than you know, and I absolutely just reciprocate that. I want you guys to know the same. I'm always here for you guys as well, and whatever you guys are going through. So we are here for each other. We're a community. I say that for a reason because a lot of times, I talked about this last time, but community just means I need more followers so I can make more money. But for me, community means like us working together as a team and all benefiting, having fun, and knowing this is a safe place. So that means so much, Susanna, and you and Marcus and everybody here in chat, all the regulars. You guys are awesome. You guys, I feel like you guys are always on my team, on my side, and I can always rely on you guys. And it's just so much fun to have something like that, you know. So much love to you. And of course, everybody else in chat. You guys are amazing. So thank you. Thank you for being so awesome. This is coming up on a tough sequence, an underwater sequence, which I would say, in retrospect, probably not my favorite. But he can still move pretty well underwater, so it's still gonna be tough. It's still not gonna be amazing. I'm gonna do this to finish these guys off really quickly. Gentlemen, why aren't we dead? I've been redefining wooden weapons the entire challenge so I can just make it. I've done a wooden sword only run, so I'm trying to spice it up a little bit because you guys can go back and watch that one, which was fun. And I was probably a little bit more in my prime, obviously, at this game, but man, it's so much fun to actually use all the weapons the game has to offer. we're going to be playing Ninja Gaiden 4 tomorrow, which is the latest in the series. And that's going to be lots of fun. Okay. And that's going to be fun being able to compare, coming right off Ninja Gaiden Black, which is my favorite in the series. So we'll see. I don't want to die here. Thank you, thank you. Oh gosh, okay. See how they all attack at the same time? So that wasn't a lie. That was not a lie. Oh, talisman. I think because we're so far ahead, I have to just stick with it. That's fine. Now, we don't have a talisman for Alma, but because I'm using Lunar, I'm actually quite confident we'll be okay. Get off of me! I'm holding it. Hold! Okay, we're good. Ow. How are you guys? You know what I need to do? I mess up. Because I'm using Lunar now, I'm using the wrong armlet. I should be using the armlet of the sun, which is going to give us increased attack power. I'm no longer kicking and doing whatever now, so I don't need to worry about that. And I don't know if you guys know this, but in this game, there's actually like, because the creator worked on Dead or Alive as well, and which is a fighting game, there's like moves in this game, like actual combos you can do for each of the weapons, and there's a move set or move list you can actually refer to, and it's pretty crazy. We're gonna do this, finish you off, and be done. Whew. But yeah, thank you so much, Susanna. You guys are awesome. My wife they finally have service again, at least in some regard. That's nuts. No service. It says interact. Oh, okay. I thought there was a scarab around here. Maybe not. I know there's something. There's a secret around here. Oh, it's right here. Right here. No? I don't quite remember. If you touch the floor during that sequence, that coffin will close and you can't grab this statue. So you grab these statues so eventually you can place them on these different areas. You're going to grab that key. That's the skull key, I think. Okay, now we go back to the city. I was going to say, what is going on here? Susan says, my friend Sarah says, Mr. Inhuman, there is a game coming out soon called Where Winds Meet. And she's very excited about it. Also her rats, and they're like, oh god, I remember Sarah with the rats. I forgot the build Sarah was doing. I think she was a battle mage, and I helped Sarah find the battle mage armor and Tainted Grail. And when she mentioned the rats, I almost had a heart attack. But yes, oh yes, the rats. Hi rats. As much, I'm sure you guys are sweet, but I am afraid of you, and that will never ever go away. But yeah, Where Winds Meet is coming out November 14th. Rest assured, we will be playing it. I was actually part of the closed beta in that game, and apparently there should be something with my name in the game showing that I participated in the closed beta. And so that's going to be really fun to find, hopefully, if I can find it. And I really hope that they honor that. I don't know, you know, hopefully that'd be really sweet if they did. But the only other game that I've ever been like part of in terms of like development is Crowsworn, which is really fun because that's a Metroidvania that will eventually come out before we die, I think. Because it's just been one of those games that like, is it gonna come out? I don't know. Can we take this? Okay, let's take the lift back. Yeah, why not? So Where Winds Meet is going to be fantastic. It's a free-to-play game, open world, where you can kind of level up your character. There's lots of story-based events, quests, things you can do, and you customize your character. It's going to be lots of fun. I'm actually really looking forward to that one. When I was a little afraid at first when it said that it was going to be a free-to-play game, but I've seen quite a bit of footage on it, and I only got to play for 30 minutes, so that's why I'm concerned that I don't know if they'll be like, yep, you're in the beta. But it's because I was out of town. That was that whole weekend I was out of town, and then they gave me the closed beta on that Sunday. I'm like, oh no, on the Saturday, and it ended on Monday. I'm like, well, I'm driving back Monday, and it's like 8 hours away, so there's no way I'm gonna be able to play. So I logged on and played right before the server shut down. So hopefully that counts as something. But yes, Where Winds Meet is gonna be fantastic. I think it's gonna be lots of fun, and it seems to be that there are like some like co-op type opportunities, so that's going to be lots of fun, and I'd like to do like a viewers thing where we can play together. But yeah, that'll be a game, since it's free to play, we'll be playing back and, you know, kind of time and time again. It should be lots of fun. This is Alma, guys. That would be really cool. I hope so. I hope they mentioned, because I didn't play for long, but there was a message that said, hey, because you're part of the beta, you're going to be like on this like little cool, like, you know, like a little thing like in Hollow Knight for all the backers or whatever. But I was like, hopefully they'll have that. That'd be really fun. But in either case, even if it doesn't matter. I only played it for 30 minutes, so it's like, I get it. But if they don't, I'm still gonna enjoy the game. I want to feature it on the channel and go through certain things, figure out like the best weapons and whatever. There's so many different weapon types. I actually want to even try like creating one that uses the umbrella as well, but there's so many other great weapons, so I'm like, I don't know, I definitely want to try it out. I'm going to change my Ninpo to Art of the Inferno. Stop her right there. Only thing is, I really can't die here. She will destroy all of the pillars here, so we gotta be careful. And here, like, she is just as aggressive and agile as we are, so these dodges are all live dodges. Like, you have to actively dodge every single one of those. Oh my gosh, I almost died there. This is the only heal we have left, so gonna make it count. She can dodge. She'll probably dodge this one as well. Okay, nope, she didn't. Dodge the column right there. She has a ton of different grabs as well. Physical grabs, like this telekinesis grab, like that right there. She can be really nasty. Ah, she got me. But I can't wait. On November 14th, it's coming out. No, she's spamming grabs. So I would love to be able to feature that game. I am going to feature on that day. And if it's really, really fun, we can do like a community type thing and play together. I am dead. I'm dead. Yeah, Alma is very tough. Probably the hardest boss in the game, in my opinion. A lot of people say Doku is pretty difficult, but I don't know. He doesn't have these crazy grabs, at least. Let's see. Where did that put me? All the way back here. Lovely. Okay, so we're gonna go this way. I don't think, other than the Inazuma spell, I don't think, well, that wasn't even Inazuma. I don't think there's anything of note there, right? Then we get the key, and then we're just out of there, right? Yeah, I think that's fast enough. Susanna says, Sarah's very excited for Where Winds Meet, even more so now, because you said that when I tell her rat, salt, and pepper was an extra love. Oh, gosh. But yeah, I'll definitely be featuring it on the 14th. Free to play. It seems really fun with that wuxia, like martial arts style of setting, and the story. It looks cool. There's like, I do believe there's co-op, and then there's obviously the ability to like face off with different bosses and do all these little mini quests and open up the world. So there's going to be events, like world events and things like that, community events. So it's going to be fun. I'm quite excited about it. Okay, I guess I'm just going to go down back here, and then I'm going to go into the elevator again, and then we're not going to die. Alma will be defeated this go round. Do I not have my wouldn't I use my talisman? I was on an easy encounter, I thought. And I just fought through it anyways, right? Let me double check here. Oh, no, I have it. I do have it. Okay. What? I thought you were dead too. Okay. Whew. Those are pretty much standard enemies later on, so Okay, safe can be opened with the correct combination, so if we go and read the book again... Oh, where's the book? We'll find a book somewhere and it's going to give us the combination again. Oh, here it is. I shall change the combination to my daughter's birthday. So, right, left, right, left. What's your daughter's birthday, though? 14th day of the 10th month. Right, left, right, left. So... Okay, sorry, I had to focus. That's hard to do. We'll look into this wins game. Yeah, and it's not necessarily like some difficult game either. Nothing like that. It's more about like the experience. You're like in this kind of like a wuxia, which is like the martial arts setting kind of thing. And the fun thing about it is that you're just part of this like big open world, and you can kind of explore to your liking. There's mini quests, there's story bosses, there's things like that, and you can customize your character to like the nines. You can do kind of anything you want in terms of character customization. But the only thing though is that there are like microtransactions, so you can purchase some of the cosmetics and things like that, and that's how a free-to-play game kind of keeps itself alive. So I don't really have a big issue with that, but a lot of people might. So these games, you know, free-to-play games have to sustain themselves somehow, and that's how you keep the servers on. You know, you have to go ahead and have things like the cosmetics and stuff like that. So I wouldn't get too caught up with that, but I mean, obviously if you want to, you can certainly purchase as many as you want, but it's just one of those things where, like, it's not like an EA game, you know? So kind of like a ninja-style arc game, probably not... Oh, yeah, no, 1000%. It's definitely, like, in that era. But it is... Wuxia is, like, more... It's more Chinese, so you're not going to see, like, ninja, which are Japanese. You're going to see more of, like, the traditional Chinese kind of martial arts, kind of like Wukong. It'll be more like Wukong, but open world and that kind of setting, and not horror or anything. Oh, that's how you get the thing going. Nice, I figured out how to get the menu. So yeah, it'll be like if you've ever seen Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, kind of like that. Obviously, there's going to be abilities and stuff like that, like some abilities, but it's not going to be like you're fighting monsters, at least as far as I know. It's going to be like you're fighting like legendary martial artists or things like that. I haven't seen anything that's like supernatural anyways. I don't remember. It's been a while. Oh, I'm gonna die here. That's okay though. I forgot. It's okay. That's okay. We'll get our Nimpo back. Come to me. Perfect. Oh, that grab is so annoying. No! Stop grabbing me. But yeah, exactly. It'll be just like that. It should be lots of fun. I'm really looking forward to it, actually. I was a little concerned when I learned it was free to play, so I started doing a little bit more research. And even when I played it, though, I mean, it felt fine. They had no indication that it was free to play, though. Like during the beta, no point. And then they said, hey, we have a release date, and it's going to be free to play. I'm like, wait, okay, that's interesting. I need to go all out with our spells then. She's gonna dodge us in two. No, she's not. Oh no, I need a heal. I might be dead here. I'm dead again. Oh no. I got greedy. And that happens. Darn it. But yeah, think of like master martial artists and you're having to face off with some. They do have like powers and stuff, but I don't remember seeing anything like supernatural. I don't remember that. It could be. That's what I'm trying to remember. But in either case, I'm super excited. It's gonna be a fun game. Can't wait to customize my character. That's always one of the things, and you can go crazy with the customization, which I really like. Gets me every time, and it makes me want to like do all of the seasonal events, all of the community events, because that's so much fun. you get like the rare cosmetics or something that nobody else has because they've been there. It's like, yes, I love that stuff. I'm sold. That's one way. You play on my psychology. Give me a rare cosmetic and I'm in. Count me in. Susanna says, hello, Mr. Walter. How are you today, good sir? Oh, yeah. Walter's doing good. He's working right now, so a lot of times he has to put me on mute. He's just kind of lurking in the background, you know, because he's working. But he always tries his best to answer when he can. Very good. Okay, can we not die this time? I think third time's a charm. Matthias says, speaking of rats, probably an hour ago in Human, remember that one part that got cut out of Stephen King's book, Salem's Lot, or was it The Stand? Regardless, where the rats got into the... Oh, well, the rats got into the dude's mouth when he fell down the basement onto knives because they took out the stairs. Oh, gosh. Oh, God. I remember there was a whole Stephen King movie about rats, and they were like, there was like this gigantic rat, and that probably could have started that whole fuel for my rat fear, you know? Oh, God. I don't even know what the proper phobia is called, but gosh, they're just not cute, man. I just don't feel that they're as cute as they need to be. Oh, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. That's gonna be a tough one. Salt and pepper are gonna be on stream. No, I'm just kidding. I do remember there was a movie like that though. There was like tons of rats in the basement, and then there was like this giant rat that was kind of like somehow like hive mind controlling them. That probably fed into some of my fears. It fueled what would become my phobia. Ow. Okay, can we win? Can we beat Alma? I know we can, well, especially with Lunar, but my gosh, I'm getting a little greedy, I think. Because I think I'm like having the false comfort of knowing that I have a proper weapon that I can level, and it's only going to get better and better. I will take it. Oh, and Matthias, well, hello to you, sir, as well. Susanna's saying hi to everybody in chat. Josh Smith says hello, sorry to keep spamming, but when can we expect the rest of the Wukong episodes? Oh man, it's just as soon as I'm able, I promise. How come I have to read that first, maybe? Maybe I don't have to read this, but we'll see. As soon as I'm able, I promise. I'm definitely working on it, or at least planning on it, and it's not out of my mind. You know, it's definitely part of my schedule to address at some point. I think it was left, right. Maybe not. But yeah, we'll definitely get around to it. I just can't give a definitive date. Even poor Emmanuel Ortega, his wife, has to wait as well. Have a handful of people waiting on that guide, and certainly do apologize for that, but just got a lot of things going on right now, and I have to kind of focus on the stuff that I can easily complete and commit to, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to get anything done. So definitely working on it, but you guys are awesome. Susanna says, sorry to keep you... Oh no, I keep dying because I haven't played this game in 5 years, so it has nothing to do with distractions. You guys are amazing. I love reading chat and all that. That's like my favorite part of doing this. Definitely not your fault at all. You know, like I say, I love when you guys chat, because if not, it would be so boring. If you guys were quiet, or because you don't know the game or whatever, like, it'd be miserable, because it would just be me playing the game, and I don't want to do that. You know, I can do that. Well, if I had time, I could do that just, you know, on my own time. I want you guys to be part of the experience. So us talking about whatever is wonderful. I always welcome that. Always welcome it. Okay, so I need to use the right Nimpo. I'm gonna spam it right here. Shooter, please hit her. Hit her. Okay. And we're gonna go here, 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 here. Back away. Okay, couldn't back away. So I think I go too crazy on my combo. I overcommit there, and that's my fault. Definitely not your fault, though. I haven't played this game in 5 years, so... Oh! I'm not sure what we would do that. I guess we need to stay out of her range, but... There you go. It was, if you tag her feet when you start that spell, that will always knock her down, so. Nope. Probably gonna use this. And I'm gonna use this as well. Let's get a level 2 spell going. Bonjour, Susana Marquez. Comment allez-vous? Nice, okay. That's a twofer. I keep getting grabbed by that. Her ears are humongous? Yes. She's got those bat ears. Another grab. We're gonna go for the spirit elixir. I think I have one left. You're spamming. Grab attack. Grab attack. She's done that 3 times in a row now. Oh gosh, okay. I'm dead, guys. I don't know if I can make this. Oh no, I'm dead. Très bien, merci. Okay, he's really good. That's good to hear. I hope you're doing good too, Mr. Matthias. We got some cultured folks in here speaking all the languages. Love that. Ah, I died again, guys. This is tough. This is a tough one. So like I said, this game is incredibly difficult. Certainly one of the harder games that I've ever played. But it's a really great game. It's one of those that very rarely does it get cheap on you. The enemies can be cheap. Individually, they can be super cheap. They spam certain things, do things like that. But I think the game as a whole just makes you feel cool when you're playing it, you know? Makes you feel really cool. Alright, Skull Key for the 15th time. Open the door. We're going to kill the little bats. See, I don't mind bats, but I do mind rats. I don't mind bats. I think bats are the cutest little things. But rats, there's something about them. They just kind of freak me out. And de rien. Doesn't have to do with smiling, I think. Something about smiling or happiness or great. De rien. Okay, let's defeat these 3 guys. Oh, lovely. Thank you, sir. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Stop it. Where's the other one? Oh. Oh, they didn't give me any health either. That's not very nice. I will pick, well, 141. Is it 1410? I think so. Yeah. Works for me. I don't think you can upgrade the Art of the Fire Wheels, which is odd because it's one of the better spells, believe it or not. We're We're going to use all 9 of these because I don't plan on dying again. And as long as I have that mentality, I know we can succeed. This boss is tough. She's, for me, one of the more difficult bosses. There's certainly ways to cheese her, but I'm using weapons that I... Did it literally just... Oh. I thought it used the talisman. I was like, why would it use that? But yeah, in either case, I think we got this. The fact that I'm using weapons, like I use the dragon sword almost exclusively for most of my playthroughs, but I have dabbled with the other weapons quite a bit. So sometimes though, there's just more ideal weapons for certain bosses, and the dragon sword is just so good with her. I forgot to actually change my info. That grab is so annoying. Actually, I'm gonna try and survive like this as much as I can. She has iframes for days. Even on landing, she has these crazy iframes. Oh, that grab makes me sick. I will survive it though. Go for the heal again. Oh, it's just that. I get greedy and I try and punish, and that's what happens. Okay, I'm not gonna have... After this, I have like the Talisman of Rebirth, and then we'll be going in for all of the Nimpo. Nice. Marcus is now trying to put some bat wings he bought for Halloween on Ghost. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, no, they're not loving the costume fittings, I'll tell you that. Our cats just absolutely just give up. They're like, nope. They give up all hope whenever we start putting things on them. They're like, not happening. It's so funny though. Please hit. Need to connect. I didn't connect. That's okay. I'm dead. Oh my goodness. She is so good. Certainly my most difficult boss on the list for me to beat. I think that, let's see, Doku in the second form probably is a little bit harder. Doku, when you first fight and defeat him, I actually like that fight. Part of the Ice Storm. I think I have... There you go. Had the wrong projectile equipped. The windmill shuriken's really good, but for bats and things like that, you can just fire so many so quickly. La, la. And then we get the skull key for the 15th time. And then we get knocked into, oh, you know, the funny thing is you see rats in this cutscene too, but the rats in this game, like, you can barely even make them out. That's a lot of rats though, and I would have panicked, but that's okay. It's okay. I can stomach that. Because they're not like defined, you don't see hair, you don't see like the weird scabby eyes or anything, it's like, ugh. I think it's the sickly ones. Yeah, Ghost and Boo don't like hats. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? I would love a blue orb. No? Yes! We got a little bit of health back. I am okay with that. So it's 1, 4, 1, 0. Now, what we need to do is go ahead and switch our Nimpo to the correct one. Also need to go ahead and use the jewel so we can increase the strength of this weapon, or this particular ability. And we can see if there's any option to replenish. I don't see it. Okay, that's fine. Fair enough. Susanna says, Marcus did buy this giant cactus tree house with hammocks and playthings in boxes. Ghost and Boo can play and sleep inside like that, but it's massive, takes up too much space. Oh yeah, we have a pretty big tree, but they destroyed it. They've completely destroyed it. I mean, like, for the most part, it's like, how do you guys do this? So, we're gonna have to re-up the tree, get them a different tree, because they're just crazy. And 2 little girls, dude, 2 crazy little kitty cats. But they get together and they just make a mess. But they absolutely destroyed it in a matter of months. Okay, I could sleep in it, man, that's massive. Yeah, ours isn't that big, but it takes up a lot of space. I'm like, golly, they got more playroom than we do. No worries. I jumped right into that grab. That's great. I am sick of this boss. Oh, I didn't have time to heal. So sometimes in between certain attacks, like after they've let you go in a grab, you can actually go into the menu and then heal, but I had no such luck. Susanna says, yeah, that's why we got a new one. They wrecked the last one. They just tear them up, like absolutely tear them up. Let's see, I am having a heck of a time with this boss. I don't think I'd do any better with the nunchucks. The lunar is obviously the best weapon I have. But maybe we just embrace the wooden weapons. And we go with the unupgraded version of this one. And that means we need to change our armlet back to... Oh, I didn't change it back to the here. Okay. We just see what happens. Yeah, they absolutely tore up the last cat tree. Right now, it's in a good enough condition. It'll still work. But we're gonna change it out before long. We're like, yeah, you guys completely messed this up in just a few months. And they play so hard. Oh, really? Stuck on the wall. Susanna says, I will send rats to come and help you. Oh, gosh. No. No, thank you. That would, oh my gosh. I don't know if I could take the strain emotionally. Rats! You know, I even think, like, I'm like, okay, what if I just tried to, like, you know, there's pet stores where they sell them. I'm just like, they just freak me out. I've just had some really bad experiences with them, and it's like, ugh. It's just a tough thing for me. My wife isn't afraid of them, which is good, because I certainly don't like them. All right, can we do this? Oh no, grab attack. Grab the essence. Then we need to go grab the treasure again that we've been looting. So 1410, let me think. Nope, is it this way? It's not that way. Can I just start over? Four, 1, and then 0. 1410. But it's like a right left kind of combination. Okay. Now, what do we do? We'll go with this for now. And then we'll do the potency amulet for the kicks and throws. And I'm gonna try. Excuse me. And also, man, the weather's been changing. We had a cold front come in yesterday, and it's like the first taste of fall. And oh, it's so good. The air's so crisp. It's not as humid as it's been. It's been so great. I have to clear my throat. Hopefully she doesn't attack me yet. I know we'll just let this cutscene play out. Excuse me. Goodness. She does have massive ears. Ow. Look at the damage. Look at the damage. Okay, I'm okay with that. That's alright. Hopefully get her here. Ooh, man. My gosh. We got her. She says, it's nice to see you smile and laugh, Mr. Human. Oh, absolutely. No, I am happy. I'm just staying positive. But sometimes, yeah, there's when there's things like plaguing you outside, it's like, gosh, it's a little bit harder to do those things. But no, I've been good. I've been good. It's just been the last like 2 weeks, really. But one must persevere, and you gotta stay positive. So just so that you guys know, Rachel, which is her, and Alma are sisters. And Alma was not always in this fiend form. She was not always a greater fiend. She was just a human. But you start learning that humans have mixed with fiends many years ago, and so there's not really any pure humans. They all have the tendency to kind of change and turn as long as certain conditions are met. So pretty interesting. But here we have the instance where she couldn't defeat her own sister, so she's kind of like, well, I'm just gonna, you know, she's kind of going through that whole trouble. You're gonna see a cutscene where Ryu leaves that area. Alma then confronts Doku, and Doku just makes quick work of her, and there's something very special that happens at the end of that encounter, and you can see Master Ninja. What? That's like the best rank. That's awesome. Heck yeah, I'll take that. So now we have Tyron and their forces kind of coming out, and they're pretty much searching for Ryu, essentially. We've set like a full alert. Oops. So they are trying to kind of create more and more opportunities for us to pretty much feed the Dark Dragon Blade. And it's fed by, you know, death and destruction, whatever. So kind of feeds into the whole story for 3 as well.
So, the greater fiends have a soul, don't they?
Yes, they are the ones who retain a spirit even after becoming fiends. There are only 3 of them. Doku, my sister, and another who guards the Emperor.
It's not safe for you to be around me. You should go now.
So she's kind of like going through her little issues, and then she realizes that she's like, hey, I'm not alone here. And guess who shows up? Doku. Doku is the greater fiend that defeated Ryu in the prologue.
I should kill you now for the pain you've inflicted on Alma.
He sounds like Darth Vader. I love it.
I shall use you to make her even stronger. It will be your blood, the cursed blood of a twin sister, that shall serve to awaken Alma. It is a shame such a fine specimen has to go to waste. You might have become more powerful than even Alma, but no longer.
Completely just knocks her out, and then her weapon's left behind. And so then he kidnaps her so he can use her blood to awaken Alma to like kind of her true form, if you will. So the cutscene kind of pans to the axe. And if you're not observant, you would go and just press forward. But we can actually go back and see that just a few paces away that little battle took place. And we can actually find her axe. Somewhere. Axie! It's over here. It's totally over here somewhere. There it is. So now you can actually get the Warhammer, and this is a weapon you can use. Now in this challenge run we can't use it, but I want to show you at least the moveset's pretty cool. And this of course is unupgraded, so it's just level 1, but man, it's powerful. So as per usual, like Ryu can just wield these weapons with absolutely no problem whatsoever. Use a lot of grab techniques you can do. There's tons of combos. Like I said, all of the moves or weapons have like move sets, and they have that because this was obviously made by a person that Tomonobu Itagaki, who passed away just last week, in fact, and he created both this reboot of Ninja Gaiden and the Dead or Alive series, which is tied into this series from like a lore perspective. And it's just such a cool thing because like the combos and all the movesets are really complex. And of course that's because of the fighting game kind of ties. So we can go over here if we want. I don't know if there's much we can upgrade. But we can see if Lunar can be upgraded to final time. It sure can. Okay, good. No heals. I think we're... Oh, I don't have any of these left. Grab some of these. I don't want to spend, 5,000 on that. Especially I'm not going to use it, so I want to keep my currency if I can. Oh gosh. Susanna says, Marcus has given up with the cats, is now wearing the bat wings on his head, and no doubt will wear them in bed later. I know him so well. Oh, that's hilarious. He's like, hey, if you guys don't want to wear it, somebody's wearing it. I bought these for a reason. That's hilarious. I love that. Alright, here goes. The enemies always come from here, so let's go ahead and say hi to them. You guys are no fun. Okay. They always come from that corner, so. Alright, so you could technically go back that way, or we're just gonna come back here, actually. It does, we've been here before, and it does all tie together, so it's not really a big deal. This is the quickest path, though, so. See, I wish they came a little bit closer, but they're pretty smart. They post up just out of reach, and then they use their range attacks. Really, sir? Okay. So one of us is gonna die eventually. That fight was getting heated. I'm gonna go back this way towards the drawbridge. It's 1:46. Okay, we have like about 15 more minutes or so for the stream, and then we'll be ending it today. Tomorrow we will be playing the brand new Ninja Gaiden 4, so I'll be purchasing that sometime tonight. I'm probably gonna actually purchase it tomorrow, since that's when I get my I happen to get paid tomorrow, so I'll probably around like midnight I'll be like purchase, and that will be set. And we'll be able to feature Ninja Gaiden 4 tomorrow. Super excited about it. My gosh, they have not come out with a new Ninja Gaiden game in a long time. It's been 20 years since this game, but probably like 10 years or more from the others. So really, really excited to feature Ninja Gaiden 4 tomorrow. That'll be kind of what we focus on for the end of October. And then November, the only game we have that we're going to feature is Where Winds Meet. Aside from that, I have nothing else on the schedule. It's like concrete, so we can do whatever we want for whatever period of time. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful. My gosh, I'm getting torn up over here. So ideally when you cast that spell, you want to cast it while touching another person, so that that particular individual will die, and then you shoot the projectile at the second individual. And that's the best way to go about that. That's a nice throw right there. Okay, so we're gonna start getting more and more soldier type enemies. They're all pretty powerful as well. Very tanky. Smoke bombs in that box we've gone past a million times. I don't remember where to actually go. It doesn't seem to be much over here, so I'm not even gonna go that route for now. I think we need to come back down this way, honestly. If we go through the green door, we should be able to at least come across what I'm looking for, which is... Oh. I was getting sick and tired of getting shot at in those turrets. Susanna says, Mr. Inhuman, did you say you'll be playing the Windy game? I sure will. I'll be playing the Where Winds Meet when it comes out on November 14th. And that's for November. So October is going to be tomorrow and onwards, pretty much dedicated to mostly Ninja Gaiden. And then once we beat it, whatever we want. And then we're free up until November 14th while I'll be playing Where Winds Meet. So today, as long as the internet still works, like I'll post another roadmap for where we're going after Ninja Gaiden. So it's pretty much Ninja Gaiden and then beat it, whatever we want to do, and then Where Winds Meet. And then after that, I don't have anything planned. So we can pretty much do whatever we feel like playing, which is going to be wonderful. It's a lot of money. I'm not going to spend 5,000 on that. That's too much. Too much. Does that mean my... Well, you know what? The nunchucks have been working fine, so I'm going to use those. If it's not broke, don't fix it. I think the nunchucks have actually been working great. That's how we defeated Alma, believe it or not, so... Ow. Oh, okay, sirs. What is happening here? Are you serious? He's really trying to break my guard, like, so hard. But we're able to kill him so quickly with the Armlet of Potency. I mean, you'd be shocked how powerful those talismans are. So we do, and we can, use, actually, believe it or not, Lunar here. And you just run into it like that. One of the few weapons that aren't considered heavy weapons that can break through, like, you know, walls like that easily. It's really awesome. Right, good stuff. Now, you know what we need to do, which we haven't done? We didn't use all of these because I kept dying. So we'll have one left over for the next round. There's supposed to be 9 that you use to fill up this bar, and then you increase your health bar. It's the same as the one item that's Lives of 1,000 God. It's pretty helpful as well. Gives you all 9 at once. Susanna says, okay, thank you. We'll tell Sarah. I'm sure Salt and Pepper will join in. Oh. I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. Those guys. I'll be here. But yeah, I do plan on playing that game quite extensively, and I do want to feature it on the channel, and hopefully, if I can, I'd like to include it in like a co-op and viewer participation kind of capacity so we can all play together. And if, say, for example, we're working on defeating a boss or a community event, we can actually be on stream together. And I think that would be wonderful. Can that be open from this side? What? Where am I supposed to go? I wish Ayane would be like, go left, then right, then you'll appear at your destination. But Ayane just gives you cryptic, like, ninja hints. I don't remember where to go because it's been so long. I think he gives us lore, right? Yeah. Lore ninjas. Okay, so now we can go here. And that's Han's bar. I don't think there's anything that way. This is the... See, I don't know where to go. Again. There's nothing over there. I'll check this area, but I honestly don't believe there's anything beyond Pleasure Street. Lovely. So now Lunar is in its final form, completely maxed out, so it just does massive amounts of damage. That's just the running attack, by the way. Okay, so they're taken out now. Grab this health. And let's see. So definitely not over here. Nothing over by Han's bar. But yeah, Lunar is now fully maxed out and upgraded, so it's just such a great weapon to have. You know, we could go back to that Lily Street area. Or the, well, I don't know if it's Lily Street. Oh, we have the Skull Key. That's what we need to do. What am I thinking? So we go through the Lily Key door area, and then this should lead us to the Skull Key area, and then we can get into the Tyron kind of military district area. And I know exactly where to go now, so we're good, yay! We're not lost. Ninjas don't need maps or internet. Alright, give me some health. Or something. There you go. I'll take currency as well. So we're gonna go this way and keep running. We're pretty much just making our way towards the... Well, I guess technically it'd be the area where we come across... Oh, it's blocked off. The Skull Key, which is evading me right now. If we go back through here, we're going to be right where we left off with the individual shooting us towards the yellow door is. Yep. Okay, so we can't go here. Maybe... Here we go. I thought I wasn't lost. I was mistaken. Okay, we gotta go back up here then. You know, whenever you play this game enough, you certainly don't get lost, because it's quite linear, but man, am I confused. I'm gonna go back this way. This feels right. I hope. Nope, we've been there a million times. That... Oh gosh, right. We've been through all these pathways already. Suzanne says, okay, Mr. Inhuman, we'll say goodnight now. Hopefully everything will be fine with you. Love you very much. I'm sorry, my way anyway. We love you. Off to do dinner and sort out with wings on us. Night to you and all chat. Much love to you as well. You'll have a great rest of your night, great rest of your evening, and take care. Walter says, good night, Marcus and Susanna. Absolutely, you guys are awesome. Oh man, I wish I knew where to go though. If it's not the Lily Key door, where is it? It's not Hans, and it's not over there towards the left. I don't believe it's over here, actually, because it just circles back. But in my head, I can picture it. It's just the area where that first gate is, where we found the guillotine throw scroll. And these guys are rough. Oof, okay. And that door doesn't open yet, so it's certainly not going to be over here. This will just circle us right back around, so this is not the door either. It's like right back at the main entrance then. I'm just going to go all the way back to the very beginning and see if that will take us where we need to go. I just thought it was back here. I can't remember it being any further back, but because any further back you go back to the Twin Serpents Plaza. At least that's my understanding of the map. You missed. Ah, it is here, darn it. Silly me. Ooh. And smack. Very nice, okay. We'll get that. Thank you. I'll take 2. And then we're going to go this way. Open this door. You could technically get the Dabalaro as long as you had enough golden scarabs, but we're not going to have... Well, we might be at the 20 mark. And if we are, then that's, I think, the correct amount. Might be 25. But if we speak to him... Oh, he's such a great weapon. It's a great weapon for a little bit later on. So good. So just caught that. Night night, Mr. Walter. Absolutely. Y'all have a great night. We're going to come up here. There is a secret this way. You have to run it at an angle, though. More golden scarabs. And then we just go up again. Run up the wall and up again. There you go. Then we're going to be upgrading our bow from the standard bow to like this really powerful bow. It looks way cooler as well. So we're going to switch out the bows. I think it's like the ancient dragon bow or something like that. But we do get, and it's so much cooler. Strong bow, my bad, okay. And then we can shoot out the window. That's what it's kind of pointing us to anyways. That's not what I meant to do. There'll be enemies down there in just a moment, but let me see here. The surveillance tower will be dropped eventually, and then we have to come back up and shoot through that. So there also should be an enemy around here that's going to give us infinite arrows. Might be in that courtyard down below that we're aiming at. So, all right, down we go. We're going to make this sharp left over here, and then we're going to fight. Kind of like, it looks like a hind D. I think it, well, maybe not. Maybe I think that might not be the right thing. I'm thinking Metal Gear Solid, but it's like a helicopter. Yeah, the hind D is that Harrier thing. So never mind. It's the plane slash. It's like the plane that can hover. It's like a plane helicopter. And I learned that from Metal Gear Solid. A little different. Okay, I need to get the arrows. You don't have arrows. You have arrows. Come on. Okay. Where'd you go? Oh my, he's shooting me so hard. He almost kills me. My health is nothing. As soon as we get out of this cutscene, you can see my health. It was bad. Now we go up, and now the shutter's gone. We might need to re-up on the Great Spirit Elixirs at some point. Okay. Well, I can't get it from this angle. Let's see. Maybe we have to shoot here first, and then that unlocks everything. Let's see. No? It won't let me go through here. Wants me to take the scenic route, maybe? Nope. And this door won't open yet. I see. You. There you go. That's like, go in there. Remember that room you were just in? Go there now. Perfect. Okay, now we can actually make our way back that direction. Oh, goodness. Hit him at least once. Okay, maybe not. Lunar is so strong because these guys actually are pretty tanky. Alright, we're going to go upstairs now. And just for giggles, we'll switch to the nunchucks. We're not going to be using them anytime soon. Because there's not any enemies. Now it's just a puzzle sequence getting over to the next area. So we're going to be using the bow to shoot this switch on the other side of this window here. There you go. Shoot through the glass, and then you shoot the switch. That's going to take us to the next area, and subsequently the next chapter of the game. And this is probably where, once we get over there, we're going to be ending it off there because we need to get ready for tomorrow's stream, and where we will actually be taking on Ninja Gaiden 4 and playing as Yakumo and, of course, Ryu as much as possible when we can. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. I'm hoping that the game delivers on everything. I know the gameplay is going to be fantastic, but I really hope the story makes sense too and makes Yakumo a very likable character. But I really want to play as Ryu more than anything, and I hope that once we get through the main game, we can do like a Ryu type playthrough, and just as if on cue. The perfect timing right there. Ninja Dog, I know, I did terrible. Ninja Dog's like the lowest ranking. That's just mean. It doesn't matter. We don't play for points. So there we go, guys. We are in chapter 9 of 16. So more than halfway through the game. But tomorrow we will be picking up and starting a brand new file on Ninja Gaiden 4. And I hope you guys are there to check it out. I will be streaming tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. As well as the rest of the week, with the exception of Thursday because I have an appointment then. I will be streaming sometime on Thursday or a makeup stream on Saturday, so you guys will not miss anything at all. I just want to say thank you all so much for being the best part of my channel.